Howdy everyone, Midway Piper here. I hope all is going well. I want to talk to you today. I had a call with a company I mentioned before, Limits Express. I want to tell you a little bit about how it went. Before we get into that though, Morgan Bones, Mini Lumberman. Ta-da. And in it, hearing some strange here. Yes. Something on the lighter end. Tastes good, smells good. And not very strong because I've had a killer headache all day today. I don't want anything very strong. Now, like I said, today I had a call with a company called Limits Express. I had mentioned in the previous two videos a little bit about them. I guess I kept it very vague until I had the call and got all the info. Just one more time though, if you did not see my previous videos, I found out about this company from a YouTube channel by a guy named Ryan Williams. I'll link him one more time down below. And then I think I've linked to his channel in like the last 4 or 5 videos. So anyways, love the channel, fantastic stuff. And he's done 2 videos on this company called Limits Express. And essentially what this company does is, I like to think of them kind of like a REIT, but for products. So a real estate investment trust. So essentially it's like crowdfunding to buy buildings in a REIT. And then they pay out 90% of the proceeds to shareholders, essentially. But this is kind of like that, but with products. So what this company does is they get people to come on board with money, and the more clients they have, the more inventory they can buy in bulk, and the cheaper the cost is. And so they're looking for partners to raise money so that they can get products at better prices. And once they have that money and they order the products, what they do is they then break down that mass bulk of whatever they've ordered into inventory packages for each client or seller, essentially. And then they send those to Walmart fulfillment centers and Amazon fulfillment centers, or if you only want one and not the other, then that's how it goes. And then Walmart or Amazon keeps it at their warehouses. And as people buy the products online, they take care of fulfillment and everything on their end. So you get a portion of the proceeds of the profits on the products that sell. Now I understand that the Walmart and Amazon, they of course take a portion of the sales because they are ultimately the seller. People are going to their websites because of their name to buy said products. So they take a portion of the proceeds. And then Limits Express takes a portion because they procured the items, they repackage it, and they get it off to the retail warehouses. And then the rest of the profits are yours. So I loosely understood this, thanks to Ryan's video. It piqued my interest. So I arranged a call with Limits Express. Kyle, very nice dude. I'll link to their Limits Express has a YouTube channel as well, so I'll link to their channel if you guys are interested in that. We had a call, discussed how things roughly go. And I'm interested. So I will probably end up signing a contract with them. But I just wanted to share some of the details with you guys. Again, if you are interested, if this piques your interest, then you can go on Limits Express and arrange a call with Kyle as well. Leo, enough. So the way it works is when you sign up with Limits Express, there's essentially, it's a 3-year contract, and there's upfront service charge of $5,000. Now I was wondering why so many people don't jump in on this, because it seems like it's crazy easy way to make some money and you don't have to really do anything. So they have a contract fee of about $5,000. And in that fee, what it does is it's for a 3-year contract, and they set up your stores and everything like that. And then on top of that, you're going to give them some money to purchase yourself some inventory. So the rough suggestion was to be looking at about $8,000 total. $5,000 for the service contract, $3,000 worth of inventory. He was saying with around $3,000 in inventory, you will make your service contract back in probably right around 1 year, if you don't add any additional money into the inventory. What I would do is reinvest that $3,000 again when the inventory sells, plus the profits, and keep growing it like that. So that way you grow the amount of inventory you have over time, and that carries you for a longer period of time. So, like I said, once the product sells on Amazon or Walmart, they will of course take a portion of the transaction. And then the remaining profit, from the remaining profit, Kyle was saying for the first year, until you make back your service fee, the $5,000, it's a 90-10 split. So you receive 90% of the profits, and Limits Express takes 10% of the profit. Once you've made back your $5,000 service fee, then it becomes a 60-40 split. So you keep 60% of the profit, they keep 40% of the profit. Again, they're doing all the work except providing the capital initially. So you don't touch the inventory, you don't see the inventory, you don't handle it, you don't ship it, you don't do anything with it. So I think that's 60-40, I think, is a very fair percentage. After the 3-year contract is up, you can renew it for another 3 years at half the service charge, so $2,500 for the next 3 years and going forward. So it is a bit of a steeper investment at the beginning, but it seems to me as though is a pretty effective way of doing it. Now, why am I talking about this? It seems like, okay, cool, you found something that could potentially bring in some good income. Why would you want to tell a bunch of people about it? Well, Limits Express, the more money that they can bring in, the more inventory they can buy at a better price. And so the profit margin, the more money they bring in, the more clients they have, the larger the profit margin has the potential of being. And so then all their clients make more money, and as a side result, Limits Express makes more money as well. So, makes sense. Sounds like a pretty decent deal. So I think this weekend I will be looking over the contract, and I'll probably be signing it. Now, there's one other additional expense that I'm not concerned about right now because I already paid it. You do need to have a business established. So if you don't have a business established yet, you are going to have to do that. And depending on who you use for that, I think I used Acumera for my Midway apparel company. And I want to say I think it was something around $1,200 to $1,500 to set that up initially, to be a registered business. And I did that last year when I was creating Midway Apparel. So I already have a business set up. If you don't have a business set up already, that is an additional expense you'll have to incur. And then the other additional, I wouldn't necessarily call it an expense, but you need to have the liquid money. You need to set up a bank account. And you probably want to have it set up as a business account. And in most banks, and this is frustrating as all hell, but in most banks, they require you to have a minimum amount of cash at all times sitting in that bank account, or you get charged fees. And I think I looked at a couple of banks before I set this up, again for Midway Apparel. I believe the amount was somewhere between $1,500 and $2,500 that these banks like to see parked in that account at all times. Now that sucks because that's $2,000 that's just sitting there because they like to see that you have some money in the account. But again, last year I set up Midway Apparel and it's there. I did that already. Been there, done that. So if you don't have it set up, this can start looking like a pretty expensive venture to jump into. Roughly $8,000. You don't need $8,000. Kyle was saying with an initial investment of like $1,000 in inventory, and if you keep recycling that, it would probably take you about 2 of the 3 years of your service contract to make that initial that $5,000 back. So probably not a great way to go. So he suggested around $3,000, make it back in the first year, roughly. So let's call it $8,000. $2,000 parked in a business account, and then setting up a business, however much that ends up running you. Again, I used Acumera for that, so you're looking over $10,000 to get this off the ground. Certainly cheaper than starting a business of your own. And again, pretty much all of the management of that stuff is taken care of by Limits Express. So after it's all set up and you provide that initial capital, You could always drop more money into it, so you can purchase more inventory, so you have a larger amount working in your favor. But that's the deal. That's the deal. If you've ever heard the saying, it takes money to make money. Now, before you go and say, that must be nice to have, I've worked my ass off for it. I live paycheck to paycheck, essentially. I work 2 jobs. My wife works 1 job. I don't have $10,000 sitting around. But, like I said in a previous video, I parked some money in Amazon a while ago, and it will, my profits from that will easily cover the $8,000 to get started. And then down the road, as I bring in money, profits from this, I'll be able to have a flow of money that I can keep investing going forward. Hopefully I can quit my second job eventually, replace that income with this, buy some of my time back. It's really what this is all about. Buying my time back. I'm gone a lot more than I would like to be. So that's what a lot of this comes down to. Like I said, I plan on reading through the contract this weekend. And I'll get the ball rolling, I think, assuming I read through it and everything seems pretty legit. I'll probably get the ball rolling and the whole process started next week. So, there we go. I will keep you guys updated. If you are interested, like I said, I'll link to the Limits Express YouTube channel down below. They have a YouTube channel. Kyle's the one that's presenting. He's the one I talk to. And I'll keep you guys updated on the progress and how that's all going. Ryan Williams, again, link down below. He just posted his first video on his sort of first month and a half-ish worth of sales. Check that out. That's what piqued my interest. Now, another interesting thing he was saying, Kyle was saying, they'll set up a store for you for Walmart and Amazon. Target is in the process of setting up this sort of like fulfillment-like centers, like Amazon and Walmart have. Said Best Buy is actually in the process of setting one up as well. And so as those come online, they will set up those accounts for you. No additional charge. It's included in your service fee. And you'll be able to see every transaction that's made as people buy the items off the stores. You'll be able to see all your profits, all that kind of stuff. You'll be able to see the percentage that Walmart's taking, the percentage that Limits Express is taking. You'll see your profit, your net profit. All seems really transparent. It almost seems too good to be true, right? So, yeah, that's that. I'll keep updates as things move along. I'll let you guys know how that's all going. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I'm happy that I jumped in on that call, took the opportunity. I don't think I've said it, but I want to thank Ryan for posting that video and this, letting people know about this opportunity. If you have any questions about the whole thing, feel free to send me a message, whether it be in the comments. My email address is in the channel description. Reach out to Kyle at Limits Express. We had our call today. He's been super responsive. Additional questions I had after the call. So, yeah, that's that. All right. That's it for today. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.